the Bruce Wayne of Azure Lane, coming at you in 4K with a very nice laptop now. And I'll tell you right now, this thing did not disappoint. Okay, I need to run a sound check real fast. How is the sound? I must find out. Now, and I'll tell you right now, this thing did not disappoint. Okay, sound is good. Sound is good. Let's see. Wow. Okay, so, like I said, I got a new laptop, and I had to wait for the webcam to come because, as advanced as this laptop is, it does not come with a webcam or, a little laptop camera. So I was like, that is strange, but I'll roll with it. I found a nice, cheap webcam that I could get, and it's all right. It's working all right. The setup is working all right. Let me know if you see anything. I guess, let me see here. Yeah, let me know how it looks to you guys if you're watching this. I must find out. The quality of my streaming is about to go up. Oh, and I also got my own headset now. I was like, tired of leaning over to the microphone. I was like, that could actually, surprisingly enough, tire out your muscles before you, it could tire out your muscles and make streaming surprisingly difficult if you have to keep leaning over to talk in the mic. So I was like, I gotta get a headset now. And now I look like, actually, I look like a, almost pro live streamer. Okay, let's see what we got here. Also, I love this headset. It's so lightweight. Because when I look for a good gaming headset, what I want is three things. Be lightweight. Be large. Like, the larger the surface area of your headset, the more there is to what's the word I'm looking for? Distribute the area of contact on your head, which means less pressure overall on your head. So it must be lightweight. It must distribute the pressure correctly. And then on top of that, it must also have decent quality and sound. But it must be incredibly lightweight. Yeah, look extremely close for a headset that's lightweight. Because if you plan on streaming for hours, the extra weight added to your head actually will wear your neck muscles down. Yeah, I was setting up my new streaming setup like a mad scientist. Oh, yeah, and now look at this quality. Look at this quality. It looks so good. It looks so good. It's like streamed straight from the phone. Straight from a good phone. It looks so good. It's so smooth. The animation is so smooth. I lowered my bitrate from 10,000 to 4,500. After conducting some tests, I have found this is exactly how I should have been running this game. But, preferably with this nice laptop, but also in extremely good quality at a decent bitrate. Yeah, I upped my streaming setup as much as possible. As much as is reasonably possible. Like, I had a budget of money that I was willing to spend, and I was not willing to go over a certain amount, and I ended up throwing most of that money into the laptop, and I do not regret my decision. I do not regret my decision at all. This laptop, it's like revolutionary. Going from the Dell G7 to an Asus ROG Strix really is like going from, I don't know, a 1990s Camaro to a present-day Corvette. I'm double-checking the stream always. Seems I got a few people in here. Anyway, welcome to the stream, guys. I am double checking the stream and checking the sound quality repeatedly because this is my first time actually using a gaming headset to stream. And I had this high definition microphone. Not a high definition microphone. That's not the word I'm looking for. I had a recording microphone. And that microphone was very nice. And I'm like, the headset might be the mic on the headset might be, I don't know how the quality is compared to the recording microphone. See, O-Town Gunner. Welcome, O-Town Gunner. How are you today? It says, hey, OG, lol, I was just catching up on your last stream. Well, welcome. I've finally got this gaming laptop up and running. So now all my streams will be in way better quality. Oh, gosh. Having all that lag in those streams was annoying the ever-living, daylights out of me. Wait, how much did you invest in total? I'd rather not say. I'd rather not say, but just know it was considerable. I look back at how much I invested. And I'm like, that was, I'm gonna be eating cheap for the next month. I'll tell you that. I'll be eating very cheap for the next month. Welcome, Fate Simulator. How are you today? I'm gonna be eating cheap. I'm gonna be like I'm gonna go to the grocery store. I'm gonna be cooking all my own food for the next month. Hey, like no eating out whatsoever. Be cooking my own food. O-Town Gunner, awesome. I'm happy for you, my dude. Why, thank you. Thank you. I'm excited for this because now, I tried playing War Thunder in this just now, and I can play it at a whole graphic setting higher. And it looks like it could go even higher than that. I just haven't really tested the limits of it. But my War Thunder streams are about to look, spectacular. My War Thunder streams are about to look spectacular. This laptop, now my Azure Lane streams are going to look spectacular. This is going to be awesome. I was like, it's good when you sit down after you've spent all this money and you're just like, you know what? Do I regret my decision? Absolutely not. I'm like, this was the way. 100% the way. Oh man. By the way, I got like a whole bunch of okay, so here's another thing. I've been looking at trying to play another game now, because now I can expand my game repertoire to a whole bunch of other mobile games I was looking at playing, including some other ones from Yostar, like Aether Gazer. Someone mentioned Aether Gazer to me, and I was like, I'm gonna put that on the list. I'm gonna try that out. And then Honkai Star Rail was another one. I don't know if they're made by Yostar. I don't know if they are, but I don't know who makes Honkai Star Rail, but I was like, I could stream Honkai Star Rail in high quality. I was like, I'm definitely going to be doing that. And then, oh dang, I have not finished Warships Fleet Command, because I have a whole game on there for Warships Fleet Command that I have not, totally. I need to get my Warships Fleet Command account, because I haven't finished that game, and that game was fun. Let me see. By the way, so I have found Honkai is MiHoYo. Okay, so they're different makers. Okay. By the way, I have found, okay, so my Iron Blood fleet has changed considerably in that. So I had upped FDG to, I upped her, yeah, she was up at Dev level 30. And I never took her Fate Simulation seriously because I didn't use FTG a lot. But now I'm like, I think the best ship to team up, whoopsie daisy. I think the best ship to team up Bismarck with is FDG, and Okay, so I don't have Ulrich von Utten. That is the one ship I missed. Oh wait, you say same as Genshin? Genshin, okay. Is that Genshin Impact? So that's another game I need to have. See, I don't have it in me. I'm 100% in Azure Lane, and it eats my free time. You're 100% O Town Gunner? Dang. How long have you been playing? To get to 100%, that is impressive. Dang, I'm going to try some Opsai. Okay. Yeah, you must have been playing for a long, long time. You're 100% in Azure Lane and it eats my free. Dang. I mean, I don't know what percentage I'm at. I need to look it up. I think I'm like, okay, never mind. I'll just look it up. I believe there's some ships I missed. I know Ulrich von Utten was one of them. She is the one ship I really, really regret missing out on. I was like, dang. I'm hoping for a UVH rerun. Say, yep, 3 years. Goodness, O Town Gunner. 3 years. That's dang. That's a good time. That is a good long time of playing Azure Lane. Yeah, I need to check my percentage wise because I know I'm missing a couple. Hang on a second. I'm gonna exit out of here. What is my percentage at? 90%. Dang. Okay, 90.9%. So I'm close. Maybe not super uber close, but I'm close. You see, you're on really early. Oh yeah. Actually, I am traveling. Let's see. Henai Kimono. How are you today, Henai Kimono? And Fate Simulator asks, what's your favorite faction? Eagle Union, 100%. Eagle Union, first and foremost, always my favorite faction. Let's see. And the one I waited forever for was Tartu. Oh, Tartu. Yeah, I have Tartu. I got her the first event that happened at. Me, I just know the one I'm waiting on forever is UVH. So I was like, UVH eluded me. I was like, that's one ship. I remember when that event ended, I was just sitting there like, I'm gonna regret this. I missed out on UVH. I have failed. Mission failed. Go back to the drawing board, retry again. I can never let that happen. I have not actually done. You see, Sleepy just ended work. You just ended work? Oh, dang. What? Wait, you must be working pretty early. You must. Do you work the graveyard shift? If you work the graveyard shift, I once worked graveyard shift. That was that was some strange times. I worked security graveyard shift, and it's funny because I worked in Alabama, and you see stuff in Alabama. Oh, and I also worked in California, and I remember at the place I was working at, um, they told us if you see a coyote in the middle of the night, just run away from it. If you don't, because I was working in we had this rabbit problem because coyotes love to eat rodents, and there was these rabbits everywhere, and this was in Southern California. So the rabbits would be like trying to hide in our bushes at the facility I guarded, and then wait, you see, all your flagships and Opsire, you are yes they are, yes they are, they are now that I have Bismarck Spy. I was like, dang, let me see what I can do with this fleet. And for me, I found that, okay, if you do not have UVH, the best ship to put in her place is August von Parzival. And that is because she has all these, like, she delivers armor break, and if you give her a Tenrai, she actually can deliver armor break to heavy armor. So that's a bunch of good and then her slow activates, and that's a bunch of very good battleship supporting skills all packed into one airstrike. So yes, but only a few days a week. Oh, okay. So you work graveyard shift only a few days a week. It's all good. Hey, make your money, man. Yeah, graveyard shift. I saw some weird stuff on graveyard shift. I saw coyotes. I saw bees set up a beehive. And then the next day I was trying, it was my job to warn people away from the beehive. I was like, guys, we can't be doing this. You see all them bees? We got to get rid of this beehive. Oh, what's up? I'm going to, okay, so if I try to if I try to pronounce this name and I butcher it, go easy on me. So, Umahara Kawase Tube. What's up? How are you today? You say, wait, what about the coyotes? Oh yeah, so the coyotes, they wanted to come onto my facility to eat the rabbits that we had. So one night I was walking and I saw what I thought was a stray dog, but in fact was a coyote. And because the rabbits, you can see them in the middle of the night, because they sometimes hop right under right under the lights that we have on my facility. So I thought I saw a stray dog out of the corner of my eye. I didn't think anything of it, but then I looked up ahead like 10 minutes later, and there was a rabbit just sitting underneath one of the lights we had at our facility. And then I saw what looked like a shadow come out and dive on that rabbit and pull it into the bushes. And I was like, oh no, I have to make a call. We got coyotes on the facility in the middle of the night. I'm the only one here. If they're looking for a piece of, human meat, I'm the only one I'm the only thing on the menu. I'm locking the doors. Oh, a decent pronunciation of spy. Yeah. I noticed that there's a lot of Germans in particular that play, and especially German-speaking people that play Azure Lane. And it's funny because one of them who is in my Discord was saying like it makes him cringe when they pronounce it, the like hard English attempt at pronunciating some of these German words. Let's see. Got Bismarck 2 after 90 rolls. That is a good. That's a good setup of rolls. I mean, I got Bismarck 2 on my 47th roll, which is way better than my implacable rolls. My implacable. I think I burned through all my bad luck on that implacable event, and now I'm worried because I got good luck on this event, and now I'm like, oh man, the next event. I don't know. It's a wild card. It's a toss-up. I could have to go to pity again. See, I'm fine. Your pronunciation was okay too. Finally, all is smooth. Hi. Hello, is it Chichio 51? Or is it Sichio? Chichio or Sichio? How are you today? Kyoto says sometimes it sounds like a swag, but instead of the G, they say I at the end, and that sounds horrible. So you got robbed at the implacable event. Yeah, that implacable event. I still cringe because sometimes I'll go back through my videos and I'll just click the implacable video and I'll be like, I hope this never happens again. May that never happen again. I'm like, now I got all my I'm now always like, from now on I'm building up all my queues, and I'm always going to have a substantial amount of gold before I go into the next UR event, unless it's New Jersey rerun, in which case I won't need it. That implacable event was murder though. I was like, dang. It was the worst luck I've had at any event, aside from UVH, but that wasn't necessarily a luck issue. That was my fault. because I did not save up my cubes. Let's see. Jan Kowalski. Hi, OG. How's it going? It is going good. My laptop is actually working spectacularly with Azure Link. How are you today? It's Cicchio, because in Italian, chi is pronounced key. Oh, okay. Cicchio. Huh. Interesting. Just so you know, I'll try not to butcher pronunciations, but the pronunciation, it takes me some time to get it. I'm not that guy that can instantly be like, oh, I know how that's pronounced. I just try my best. Musashi robbed me and didn't stick around. Dang. Musashi. Oh, wait, I need to go back here. Because, yeah, I was like, okay, I still grind Operation Siren, mainly for the gold parts. But at the same time, I do understand that they need to make some changes to Operation Siren. They really do. Okay, which one of these should I go for? I'm gonna try this one. So you're currently dying from the heat? Oh no. Oh no. You see, nah, it's fine. By the way, I'm fine. Thanks. Cool, cool. Yeah, I'm convinced this is my new Ironblood fleet from now on. Bismarck, August von Parzival, FDG, and for some reason, I found like Prince Heinrich and Agir and Emden all at the front work together very well, mainly because it's all the firepower you could get. And Prince Heinrich and Agir also have like 2 guns. They have a main gun and a Ghost Destroyer gun. So I was like, they can take good advantage of that firepower boost. That's 2 guns for the price of 1. See, I farmed 2 gold torps, so I'm pretty happy. Oh, that's good. Yeah, those gold quad torps are still, in my opinion, the best torpedoes we have that you could put for auto. It's just like I found most of the time if I use the the quintuple torpedo, the rainbow gold or the rainbow torp, most times you won't actually get that 5th torpedo hit, and the reload is atrociously slow. So if you were to go all out, this is a good event to get those gold gold quad torpedoes. It's like the reload is good, and most of the time you get like more or less all of them. Or I would say you're not most of the time, but you have better shots at getting all of 4 hits with the gold quad. Dang. Okay, I'm loving the headset. I was like, I am so glad I can wear this and I don't have to lean over to the microphone. So much relaxation. Let me leave the first area of Operation Siren. You can switch back to old victory screen in options. It's faster. Huh. How about that? So old victory screen in options setting. Okay, wait, I'm gonna try that. Cause yeah, I like the new animations that they have of the victory screen, but it's just it takes a whole bunch of time. Oh, always set the text to very fast. Duplicate screen, loading screen, display, CV detection screen. Display battle results. Cut scene. Okay, this is it. I'm guessing this is it. Okay. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Disable, wait, autoplay story. No. Favorite ships? No. Okay, let's see how this goes. Because I do like the new, animations that they have for the victory screen. It's just I'd rather, breeze through this faster than, you know, I'd rather breeze through it faster than see the nice cut screen and cutscene. You say it's the very bottom option. Okay, so that was the right one. See, I got pretty behind in the event because in the first 2 weeks my dock was full and didn't farm properly. In the end, Akashi got my €5. Oh no. I have spent considerable amounts on dock space. And yeah, Akashi is a straight up gangsta when it comes to collecting gems for dock space. This game makes her that. I actually might have to spend 5 more. Yeah, she might get my dollars because I found like I do have about 30 slots left, 32 I think slots, free slots. But yeah, I'm like thinking to myself, next event I might. Oh, I need to set up a guild. That reminds me, I should just do that right now. Okay, I'm gonna wait until this battle ends. Things I forgot to do at the top of my list. Number one, set up a guild. Okay, and I have already selected the name. Yeah, I decided to go with highly, highly recommended, mainly because so I did not expect that to do as well in the results of my poll that I did. See, I hope they will find the dock slot system for copies, metas, and PR and DR ships. Huh? And a guild declaration. What should the declaration of this guild be? A movie quote. Hang on a second. I got one. Here to chew bubblegum and kick that word. Dot, dot, dot. And we're all out of bubblegum. If you know what movie this is from, it was hilarious. It was a hilarious movie. So I have 300 gems. I have just enough gems to make this guild. Okay, so uh, casual, competitive. What is the difference between casual and competitive guilds? I don't know why, but the first thing that comes to my mind is some guy saying "you filthy casual" when I was playing a game. What was I playing? I don't remember, but I was called a filthy casual for some reason. I don't remember why. Okay, I think I'll just make it casual. Okay, let me move this over here. See, there's none. There's none. Down to 3 spaces. Okay. Can you change the casual and competitive in the background later? That's the question I have. Because I don't know the difference between these two. Huh. Does anyone... Okay, wait. As long as people keep paying for dock space, I don't reckon they'll make the dock slot system any different. And I have paid up. Don't get me wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I have paid up as well. I happen to have paid a considerable amount. Well, maybe not like super considerable, but I mean, because I was still here when they gave out Apollo gems back in like 2020. So I use those Apollo gems for my dock space almost every time. Okay, I'm just gonna pick casual. Let's see what we got. Name is too long. Oh, dang. Okay. How long does this need to be? Let me see. Need to delete some of these eyes. Okay. Name is still too long. Okay, okay. One more eye. Name is still too long. Okay, one more eye. Spend 3. Okay, so you could, the max you can have is 3 eyes. Here we go. So I'm about to make my guild. Yes, if anyone would like to join my guild, please let me know. But I should probably take a screenshot of this. Guild created. Hello. Where am I? Guild leader. That's me over there. Okay. This looks like an absolute, I don't know, Manju hall of work, of Manju library. It's like, it looks to me. Let's see. I am the master. See, OG Investigator, online, apps, logistics. How many of these do I have? Wait, fleet supply? Do I purchase this? Okay, I'm going to confirm. Okay, 13 days left. Your support fleet can aid fellow guild members during boss battles. Let's try adding a ship to your support fleet. I have never done this before. Oh, this is the Avrora server. So that's the server my guild is on. Let's see, tap the ship you'd like to add to your support fleet. Okay. I'm going to go with Ye Old New Jersey. And let's say Yorktown 2. Dispatch. Okay. Is that all? Can you use the ships after they've been dispatched? Let me see. Okay, they're still here. Huh. I guess you can. Yeah, see, now that these meta ships actually provide fleet support or fleet tech, I was like, fine, I'll raise them to level 120. But I never really cared for like 100%ing them. You know, the meta ships to me were just like, it's a funny, it's a fun concept. But what I am really interested in are the real historical ships. Wait, what's over here? I don't get it. Okay, so you can get gold parts from guilds. Okay, I like this. Okay, let's see how this works. Okay. First time I set up a guild. A server. You're Washington here. See, you can. It's to assist other members in challenges. Oh, okay. Huh. Well, I don't mind being a team player for challenges. I am anything but one of the best team players. Okay, what else is here? That was it? Okay. Anyway, back to Operation Siren. Yeah, I do like this German fleet quite a bit. Dang. Yeah, it's strange being able to, or operations rather. Oh, okay. You know, it's strange for me at the moment right now. Like, I'm still not used to it, to be able to just play Azure Lane on my laptop without error, like without a lag. I'm like, it feels so clean. Well, meta ships are historically, at least, or to the people in the meta universe, in their universe, meta ships are real. That is very true. I guess I'm biased for our universe. I'm very biased. Hmm. I've been trying to sit around and think about what the next UR ship faction will be. And I'm like, let's see, it's not going to be Eagle Union. It's not going to be HMS. And we know it's not going to be Iron Blood. So who does that leave? Well, that leaves, let's see, the Russians. That leaves the French. That leaves the Italians. But I don't know what Italian. Like, I cannot really think immediately of like an Italian ship that's like, historically done something that would make it a UR. Hmm. Other than some submarines. See, my mod fleet for Operation Siren is Odin, Unicorn, UVH, Kronstadt, Shimakaze, and Harbin. Oh, okay, that's actually a good mix right there. Yeah. My mob fleet is wait IJN because of anniversary. Actually, you're right. Yeah, that leaves IJN, and IJN is clear that it should be them because of the anniversary. Yeah. So who are we getting for the IJN faction? If we're getting Yamato, there will be an uproar. But I'm trying to think of what other ships have done something amazing to be a UR. Because I'm like Yamato. Oh, there was a light carrier called Kaio that actually saw a lot of combat in World War II. It was originally a freighter. See, isn't the next one IJN? Yeah, it'd have to be IJN. I agree now. Okay. Yeah, and I'm wondering if the next UR is going to be either Yamato or maybe Kaio. Because Kaio, okay, so for those of you that don't know, there's a light carrier that I did not even really previously study until I found it in Warships Fleet Command. But it's a light carrier that actually has like done some. It saw a lot of combat in World War II. IJN Kaio. I'm wondering if that might be one of the ships they release during that event. See, most of your UR ships haven't done much historically, with the exception of New Jersey and Yorktown too. I would also say that's true. Yeah, Musashi at least did got into a mix-up. Musashi got into a mix-up. Yorktown too got into some considerable combat. New Jersey got is the longest serving World War II battleship. Or no, is she the longest serving, or does she get the most awards out of the Iowa class? I need to look that up because I know New Jersey did something, and let's see. Yeah, now I think about it, I'm like, Yamato could count technically, because she at least got sunk in combat. I'm wondering if it's going to be Yamato. Yeah, Yorktown 2 is an Essex class. Yeah. I'm thinking of like, let's see, you are ships that actually did do a lot. To me, though, yeah, it's almost criminal that Enterprise has not gotten a retrofit. I wouldn't say criminal. Enterprise is still very strong. She's still very strong, but if any ship was to become a UR, Enterprise and Warspite are like two ships that come to mind. Although Warspite is a UR, it's just she fell behind the power curve. She needs like an augment or something. Like a really good augment. Yeah, Warspite. Anyways, all UR have either, let's see, a bad ending, a horrible previous life, or does not have life at all. Blueprint. Except New Jersey. I agree with this, yes. Let's see, Yamato is conspicuous in its absence. From Azure Lane, I mean. Yeah, Yamato. To me, Yamato is like the number one ship I can think of as like the next IJN-UR. See, it could be another version too, like a Magi 2, aka the carrier version. Oh, that would be interesting. Yeah, they've been, you know, ever since that Yorktown event, the event where we got Yorktown 2, they have been, you know, almost abusing this ship 2, you know, the sequel ships of the original ships thing. USS Texas, when USS Texas, I am excited for. Like, she needs to be a cowboy or cowgirl. This strange enterprise hasn't a self-sustaining skill. You know, that would be okay. Enterprise, it's sort of like Enterprise should have like a self-sustaining skill. Yeah, I would agree with that. At the very least, I'm wondering if they're going to give Enterprise an augment or a retrofit first, because it seems like they could just give her an augment that ups her skill chance to like 90% or something like that, and she'd be good to go after that. You know, I don't think they're going to up her skill chance to 100%, but if they upped it to 90%, that's still good. Oh, and if it gives her an AVI and a reload boost, like Graf Zeppelin's augment, that's still good. That would make her still like outperform almost all the other carriers. So let's see, skip this. And offensive. Almost always go with offensive on this. See, I have, and you know, now that I think about it, I do have the oil that I could expend to get the Siren data logger. I'm just having fun doing it this way, I guess. Okay, wait. I'm gonna go over here. Yeah, I'm trying to think now. I should put up a poll. Possible IJN ships for the next UR event. Number okay, so and the number one will obviously be Yamato, but it might, you know, it could not be. See, it's the most obvious IJN ship. No, wait, because Vestal exists. See, we need New Jersey sister ships. I would like New Jersey sister ships. See. Saying never mind. What's your take on the Type 2 ships? Do you think Manju abused it? Okay, so here's the thing. If the next event is a bunch of Type 2 ships, I will say Manju has clearly abused it. Like, to me, Bismarck Zwei is like, I would say, hitting that sweet spot where I feel like, okay, this is getting you know, a second Bismarck. This is fair. This is the sweet spot of, okay, we've done the return, you know, the return ship girls. This feels all right. But if we get the next event, and I don't know, the next event ships is like, I don't know, trying to think of possible Akagi 2 or Kaga 2 or some stuff like that. I will feel like they have abused it. I will feel like they have abused it if the next event is a bunch of IJN ships getting round twos. Like Zuikaku 2 or something like that. I'll be like, Manju? See, hell not to 90%. See, we only just got Musashi, so probably not. After a friend of mine told me the story of USS Texas, I absolutely want her in the game with a skill like when the ship has 50% or lower HP, she gains 30% firepower, accuracy, and reload. You know, that would be appropriate. Currently taking a break at the moment, burnt out. Hello, TTH Vortex. How are you today? You know, I mean, obviously, besides being burnt out, like, is it a good day for you? But yeah, I mean, I was like, Texas, USS Texas would be awesome if her UR skill was she pulled out two Colt 45 6-shooter pistols. Like, you know how Musashi has the katana that drops from the map, drops on the map and shoots like that straight, pathway of energy. I would like USS Texas to be a cowgirl that uses Colt 45s. And I mean like the old school Colt 45s. See, Akagi 2 is actually possible since Akagi is involved in meta shady business too, like Bismarck did. See, that's what I was thinking. I was like, if we get the round twos of a bunch of Japanese ships, I will then feel like they have abused this whole round two ship thing. I'll be like, Manju, I want some new ships. Some original, new, historically accurate ships. Like, I'll give you Bismarck Spy. I'll give you Yorktown 2 and Hornet 2. Those to me are fair. I do know. Oh, also, one ship I really want is not Laffy 2. I would like USS Johnston. But the thing is, I believe they made another. There's a couple ships that got a 2 that are already in the game. They got like a second ship named after them. The one ship I'm extremely hyped for though is USS Johnston, the destroyer from Taffy 3. I really want that ship to be good. See, Amagi 2 as a carrier is also somewhat likely. You know what? Now that I think about it, since they've been going this second reveal of the ship route, I'm wondering if it might be Amagi 2, because I'm putting on the list. Let's see, Kaio, Amagi 2, and Yamato. Even though I really don't think it's going to be Yamato, because Yostar said repeatedly that Yamato is going to be the last ship that's going to pretty much be released from the game. Yamato is going to be released at the end of Azur Lane. See, but am gonna have tuition in a few minutes, so probably gonna have to leave the stream. It's all good, Vortex. Yeah, do what you gotta do, man. See, DivX Terra. Hello, DivX Terra. How are you today? Hey, man, you think Vanguard gets a rerun soon? I'm trying to make a boss fleet with Duke of York, but she deals no damage. Vanguard. Okay, so I want to say, because I know that they're doing the New Jersey rerun this year, I'm wondering if they're going to rerun Vanguard next year. Maybe not next year, maybe early next year. It's just a hype, just a guess. Who knows? They might not. But I guess Vanguard might be, one ship that could get a rerun soon. What I am hoping for is UVH, because I think she's an older ship and she is more likely to get a rerun than Vanguard. See, USS Johnston. Oh, hello, OBJJ. How are you today? OBGJ. How are you today? USS Johnston. Yeah, the heroic DD that made that suicide attack. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. I really want to see that in Azur Lane. And I also want to see the Polish destroyers and subs in Azur Lane. Because so Poland had... Poland to this day is the only country to have a warship literally start the fighting at the beginning of World War II, survive the entirety of World War II, and end up being a museum ship. And that is ORP Błyskawica, which means lightning in Polish. And I'm like, they really need to make that ship, they need to put that ship in the game somehow. But even the other Polish ships, like ORP Poirun. Poirun was a destroyer that literally made a daring and probably either stupid or very brave attack on the Bismarck in the middle of the night, and and managed to slip away and survive. See, we still haven't gotten Tone, even though she's been in the game since the beginning. That's another one. We need to get Tone. I'm wondering if we're going to get there's some heavy cruisers that we could get from the IJN faction that I think could be pretty good URs. Tone is one. Yeah, I would be interested to see what Tone would look like. I'm wondering if that's what's going to be, a IJN heavy cruiser UR. Maybe. Possibly. Tone would be nice as a sat in the next, and we finally replace her old in-game art like they did with her sister. Yeah. See, the 2 I want is Lex 2. Lex 2 served the US till 1991. Dang. That is a long-serving carrier. See, Yamato is going to be a 7-star, so they need more UR and DR to make it acceptable. Ah, okay. So Yamato is going to be like, you know, OP, I guess. Which, to be fair, I mean, that sounds like something they might do, is make Yamato OP. See, they have Shima and UVH lined up for a rerun. Oh, okay. That's good, because I need UVH. And Shimakaze, I remember when Shimakaze was new. Oh, you say Poi Run is pronounced Pyo Rune. Okay. Is it Pyo Rune? Okay. Pyo Rune. Okay, I will keep that in mind. Yeah, I would like Pyo Rune. I would like Błyskawica. I would also like Błyskawica's sister Grom. And then I would also like the submarine Orzo, which means Black Eagle in Polish. And Orzo had the craziest, of all submarines in World War II, Orzo has one of the craziest stories I have ever heard. So, Orzo tried to escape during like the invasion of Poland by Germany and the Soviet Union, and they docked in Estonia. And then they were trying to like repair their sub, like the crew was trying to repair the sub when it was docked there. And right when they were trying to pull out, a German freighter blocks the way of Purun being pulled out. And there was a law that if a ship, like a ship docks in Estonia, and the ship is from a, Estonia is temporarily neutral, but they were friendly to the Soviets. So if that ship stays there for a certain period of time, they have to arrest the crew. And that German freighter kept Orzo blocked in long enough for Estonia to arrest him. So the whole crew of Orzo gets arrested in Estonia, and the Estonians, they start stripping the submarine of like some of its armaments, but they couldn't get I don't think they could get the tubes, the torpedoes in the tubes unloaded. So in the middle of the night, the Polish crew of Orzo, they stage a daring escape plan, and there was 2 guards at the gate, so they timed it just right that all they had to do was subdue these 2 guards, Estonian guards. So they subdue them, they tie them up, and then they pull them onto the submarine, and then they all crew the submarine, and they set it like they pull out of dock in the middle of the night and escape. And the Soviets were pissed at Estonia. The Soviets were like, "How could you let this happen?" So the Orzo then flees to Norway and then drops off those Estonians with beer money and cigarettes. So the 2 Estonian guards, they leave them in Norway and are like, "Sorry about all this, we gotta go." And then they go from there to England, Great Britain. And then when they get to Great Britain, they join the effort to fight Germany from there. And then after that, they, tragically, Orzo disappeared on one patrol when she was serving the Royal Navy against the Germans. So we don't know where she is at to this day. Like she might have been sunk. In fact, I would say it's definite. She was definitely sunk. We just don't know how or where her wreckage is. But Orzo is, to me, Orzo should be a UR submarine. Orzo should be the first ever UR submarine in the game. I was like, oh my gosh, how is this not in Azur Lane yet? We don't have even one Polish ship. Lieutenant Koro, most insane Polish escape plan. Yes, they were like, we need to get the Polish. To me, that they did some incredibly like daring stuff during World War II. I'm like, dang. They actually made a movie of okay, so somewhere in, I want to say the 50s or the 60s, they made a movie about Orjo. It's just, I think the movie is it was made like when they were occupied by the Soviets, and I think it's in Russian. It might be in Russian. I need to find that movie, but I cannot find it with English subtitles. Or it might be in Polish. It might be in Polish. But I was like, if we ever got a UR submarine, it would be a crime not to make Orjo the first UR submarine. Say, haha, lol, that's a good one. Yeah, I was like, dang. And Błyskawica also has an incredibly interesting history too, because Błyskawica, she like pretty much she escaped to England, and then she saved a whole English town that she was from. I think it was called West. Okay, I cannot remember the name of the town. It was West something. But so Błyskawica pulls into the same dry dock that she was built in England, and while she's there, she was told specifically to remove her armaments, but the Polish commander ignored the command. And it's a good thing he did that, because when Błyskawica was sitting there near the town, it got bombed by like almost like 50 German bombers or something like that. They all flew over the town to drop their bombs. And Błyskawica, who was a top-notch destroyer, Błyskawica was one of the latest, most modern destroyers at the beginning of World War II, and she had a lot of anti-air armament. So she puts up enough anti-air armament, or enough anti-aircraft artillery into the air that it makes the German bombers fly higher up, which makes their bombs less accurate. And then she hit the smoke generator, and the wind blew the smoke over the town and saved the town. So Błyskawica saved a town in England, and there's like a memorial little monument there for her to this day. I was like, dang. I was like, that Błyskawica, I would accept Błyskawica as a UR destroyer as well. Let's see. What do we have here? Okay. Yeah, I have not I have not fought the Arbiter yet. So I'm going to try to use Bismarck against the Arbiter. Of course, after I level up my stats here. I'm not going to fight the Arbiter now. That would be a tragedy. It's so smooth. I'm still in awe of how smooth my laptop is playing Azur Lane. I could only dream of this level of smoothness when I was, streaming with my Dell G7. See, UR subs should be I-400, the oversized carrier sub of IJN, or USS Barb, which sunk a train, and a lot of other stuff. Those would make good UR subs. I could give those ones too. So they'd probably give one of the major factions the first UR sub, because otherwise no one would really care about it, because, well, subs are subs. You're not wrong about that. I was actually wondering if they were going to just fold some of the because I know a bunch of ships went to join. It was like a bunch of ships from other countries joined the Royal Navy because their countries had been occupied. And I'm wondering if they are going to just take all those ships and just sort of fold them into the Royal Navy faction. Like, you'll get Polish ships, but they'll be counted as Royal Navy faction ships. That's just a thought. See, they'd probably give. Oh, almost like I already read that. And Mr. V. Nah, they should get those British 300mm gun subs into the game ASAP. Don't forget to heal. Oh, yeah. Oh, I did not forget. British 300mm gun subs? I will have to examine that. I know, admittedly, I don't know too much about British submarines during World War II because I'm like, now I have some reading to do. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some reading on some British submarines. See what the Royal Navy did under the water in World War II. Disconnected. Okay, I had a brief disconnection there. I'm back, it says. I believe. Those Polish DDs were designed by the Brits. They would fit in the Royal Navy well. Okay, I had a brief disconnection there, but it looks like I'm back. Okay. I'm looking at my router sideways now. Anyway, see, when Bismarck II event got announced, I was expecting the first UR sub for Iron Blood right there instead of Bismarck II. You know, that's a fair one. I could see that one being a consideration. I was going to say, let's see. To me, like I remember reading on like the latest German subs during near the end of World War II, because they most subs during World War II were built like a ship that could just submerge when it needed to. But the Germans near the end built like the first true submarines, like designed to cruise underwater for long periods of time using batteries, very good internal batteries to supply their own energy and all that stuff. So I know for a fact, I was like, I forget what they called. Are they called the Type 7? I'm not, okay, I need to look it up. But those late model German submarines, I could see those as URs, all of them. That would be the ultimate UR submarine dream team right there. See, does a level 125 ship with full reserve XP still contribute to PR ship data collection? I think so. I have not seen it not contribute otherwise, and I know I've used the. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. Unless the way it works is unless your XP is so maxed out that every time you fight, everyone else is getting XP and that one ship is getting like 0 XP, then it contributes. So unless that ship is maxed out, it does contribute for PR development. USS Cutlass could have been a UR sub, given she is still in service for Taiwan today, and they are Type C-21s. USS Cutlass. You have given me a ship to read about. I need to read about this USS Cutlass. Okay, I'm looking at the camera. My head is a little... Can I adjust this without it falling over? There we go. See, sure, Renai Saga. Oh, Asleep. Hello, Asleep. How are you today? It says, yeah, it does even at 3 million plus XP. Okay. Yeah. If they do UR sub, it really doesn't have limited use of it. I mean, I guess, yeah, I don't know. It depends on what this sub does. I'm wondering, imagine this. Imagine you have a UR submarine, and when you put that submarine in your fleet, it sends torpedoes to like, you get extra torpedoes just automatically launched under the water consistently for certain matches or certain battles. I don't know. They could make some good like I want to call them cross fleet buffs, but it's technically not cross fleet because it's a submarine fleet. They could do some wild things with the UR submarine. See, Fate Simulator. Are you excited for Tempesta? I am always excited for Tempesta. I love pirates. I love pirates and I love pirate ships. I am incredibly excited for Tempesta. I'm like, please to God, give us oh gosh, what was Queen Anne's Revenge? I would like Queen Anne's Revenge very much so in Tempesta. That is Blackbeard's pirate ship. His most famous one, anyway, because I know he had a couple pirate ships, but Blackbeard's most famous pirate ship was called Queen Anne's Revenge. You know, pirate ships actually had some very interesting. No, don't leave the zone yet. I need to get that. Okay, it looks like I gotta blow up this siren fleet. All right, I'll do that. Yeah, a kind of cross fleet skill would probably be the most useful thing for a UR sub. So I'm like, what incredible, bizarre things could they do with a UR submarine? They could do so much. Like, I don't know, you activate the sub in battle, and let's say it's I-400. Let's say it's I-400. You activate the sub in battle, and as long as the sub is in the fight, it starts launching airstrikes. Like, not one, but like 2 or 3 rapid airstrikes. That would be cool. Or here's another idea. What if a UR submarine, when you activate it, no matter what, it stays underwater throwing torpedoes at the enemy the entire rest of the battle. Like it's like the UR submarine, it has no oxygen limit. Maybe not no oxygen limit, but it's like it can stay in battle the whole battle. And it could stay in battle against, say, like, I don't know, the arbiters or the bosses the entire time. That would be cool. You have one submarine just constantly throughout the whole fight, just dishing out torpedoes. There's stuff you could do with a UR submarine in this game that would actually be very decent. Actually, that would probably be a good skill for the German subs to have. Those modernized ones that near the end of the war that I was talking about. I could see that with them. Wait, did I already clear this? No, I have not. Okay. Or, you know what kind of skill I think Orjo should have? 100% EVA. 100% EVA. Like that ship it never gets hit. Maximum evasion. Make it recharge oxygen when it surfaces. That would be awesome. Like the sub goes into combat and then comes up above the water and starts shooting its gun and then recharges oxygen and then submerges itself. That would also be a cool idea. That would be a very cool idea, yeah. See, Manju taking notes about your submarine feedbacks. I don't know if they watch my stream, but if they do, I'll be going give Biloxi a retrofit, retrofit Biloxi. That would be what I would say. Give my girl a retrofit. You say, I feel like they will do something really cool with it because a lot of people only see subs as a priority very late into the game. I think so too, because I don't know, I took the when I first was when the subs first got introduced, at least as far as I can remember, when I first got subs, my favorite was Surcouf, and Surcouf, Kavala, and what is the other SSR American sub? Albacore. Those were the first 3 I had, and they were like a dynamic duo of submarine destruction. See, Pyorun, excuse me, Pyorun would need 100% EVA. The way they never got hit by Bismarck. I could see that too. Pyorun. That would be incredibly cool to have Pyorun have like 100% EVA. Although she never hit Bismarck either, so I imagine her accuracy would be poor, but she would have like the highest evasion out of all the destroyers. That would be cool. And then you'd have to load her up with accuracy gear like the fire control radar. Not the fire control radar, the German radar that you could put on her. That would be funny. Oh no, no, no. Use the hollow live gears. Oh, that would be awesome on a destroyer like that. Yeah, the hollow live gears would be excellent for a destroyer with high evasion. Fumo. Fear of missing... Oh, wait. Fumo? I thought for a second, I thought it was FOMO, like fear of missing out. But Fumo. I'm not sure what that means. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other ships that are not in Azure Lane, but I would really like to see. Okay, so Piorun, or Piorun, Orjo, Buscavica, Johnston, hands down, USS Johnston. The radar you were talking about is called Fumo. Oh, that's what you were talking about. Yeah, the Fumo radar. Yeah. Yeah, you would have to put that on on that destroyer. Oh, you know what's funny is Titanic's sister ship also has an incredible history during World War II. So Titanic, you know, R.I.P. Titanic sank, but she had a sister ship that actually played a role in World War II, and I think she rammed a lot of ships. I don't know how you would insert that into Azure Lane though. Coincidentally, sharing the name with two Ho plushies. Interesting. Too bad destroyers can't use Fumo. You'd need to use SG radars. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. SG radar on a destroyer like that. Ship with the gun? Nah, we use our ships as battering rams. I mean, we do have HMS Glowworm already that has a ramming skill. So we know that they could introduce another ramming skill ship in the game. Yeah, there's some... I do want to see Kaio, that Japanese light aircraft carrier, because there's a couple light aircraft carriers that they still haven't introduced into the game. Kaio will be one. America got the subs. Yes, yes, we did. I was upset about that. I was like, dang. Why can't we get a submarine like okay, so my favorite sub art design wise is Surcouf. Surcouf is my favorite art design sub, but I was like, dang, I know submarines. I think the reason is like submarines were smaller than even destroyers typically. Like submarines in World War II were some tiny, tiny ships. Not all the time, because there's some exceptions like the I-400, and obviously they did get bigger near the end of World War II. They, you know, as the war progressed, you know, all the new sub designs came out, got bigger and longer with, you know, much better armaments. But I was like, are you serious? This is what we got? Eagle Union gets these subs? Come on, Manju. They should make actually good CVLs. I agree with this. The only two, I would say three actually, to me, exceptionally good CVLs are Perseus, Unicorn Retrofit, and Independence. Independence is an insane CVL because she has like a full complement of like, she launches the same amount of planes as a fleet carrier, but she also has extremely stupid high efficiency and extremely stupid high reload. And then she has the buff. Like I've still Independence is the one CVL I have used since she was introduced and never stopped using. Well, her and Perseus. Let's see, oh, you don't know about Tuhao. It's pronounced, oh, it's Toho. Okay, so it's pronounced Toho. It's a 20-plus-year-old series of bullet hell games made by one guy. Unicorn is an actually good CVL, also Independence. Yeah. Yeah, the trio of actually good CVLs. Unicorn, Retrofit, Perseus, and Independence. None of the other light carriers are really worth keeping or using. They're all very like niche skills that somewhere else in the game another carrier could, or a fleet carrier could do better. WJO, hello, by the way. Hello, how are you today? Let's see, when 1080p. Actually, I think I can just turn it to 1080p by pushing this button. Nope, never mind, I can't. Okay. I know this camera is capable of 1080p. Unless it's already at 1080p, and I just can't tell. Okay. See, Toho looks really nice. I really want to play it, but I don't really have any way of buying the games at the moment. See, Toho soundtrack goes crazy, though. Okay, I need to look up this game. Oh, by the way, I have one more thing to say about all you people when you were recommending me animes. Whoever recommended me Boku no Pico, y'all are fired from recommending me animes. I was smart enough to read the description before going into the anime, so I did not watch the anime. I read the description and I was like, oh no. Whoever recommended me that, you're all fired. Fired from ever recommending me animes ever again. I'm now watching, see, Toho music is crazy, yeah? Older Toho games are free, just look them up. Okay, I'll look up some Toho games. I did, however, get into watching, so I'm watching Vinland Saga, which has gotten crazy, by the way. See, The Promised Neverland, really, really good. Don't watch season 2, though. Watch One Piece. Oh, my favorite recent anime that I just got into is called Hell's Paradise. And it's like medieval fantasy Japan. But they took some like criminals that have superpowers in medieval Japan and sent them to an island where there's all these, so on the island is an elixir that has eternal life on it. And some shogun wants the elixir. But there's all kinds of freaky monsters on this island, and they kill people. And Hell's Paradise is nice. I love this anime. Hell's Paradise is already turning into like an anime I'm very excited to watch. Hell's Paradise is very enjoyable. What anime that you watch completely but you do not like? Okay, so the original Full Metal Alchemist, not Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I watched the original Full Metal Alchemist before they created Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and that anime I actually regret watching to this day. I'm like, I can't believe I wasted my time with that anime. I wish I could go back and stop myself from wasting all that time with that anime. Oh, another one. Okay, it wasn't that bad, but I don't know if you've heard of Chrono Crusade. I just didn't like the ending. I was like, the ending of Chrono Crusade, I was like, I don't know what it was with that ending. Just rubbed me the wrong way. See, oh my god, Vinland Saga is crazy. I love Vinland Saga. That is a damn good anime. And it doesn't cut any corners. Like, it's violent. It's violent in the medieval way. See, the freaky monsters are way too hot. Oh, you mean in Hell's Paradise? Okay, so Here's the thing: the monsters. That scene where he comes up on those two monsters, and the monsters that change their bodies and morph from like man to woman or woman to man. Those monsters are freaky. But when they were two women, and it looked like there was two lesbianists engaged in activities that may or may not have involved something that rhymes with scissors. Yeah, that scene was kind of hot. I was like, oh, huh. So that's what's on this island. Well, how about that? You know. See, how about Centaur? Centaur is a good. So here's the thing: Centaur is a good carrier, a good light carrier. It's just okay. In terms of the other carriers, she sort of falls behind when it comes to actually doing what she does. Like if you want a battleship damaging carrier, I think there's better options. Although Centaur is a decent light carrier, it's just I've never used her. Since I got her to level 120, and I just never really used her afterwards because I was like, yeah, I have not found a significant use. I always find a better alternative. Let's see, probably a couple of trash isekais. Could have watched actually good ones, but yeah, that nun anime. Wait, which nun anime? Do you mean Chrono Crusade? Yeah, the nuns with guns anime. That's what Chrono Crusade is. So nuns with guns that go out and fight. They hunt down demon possessed people and demons. And it was okay. Watching that anime through, it was good. I just didn't like the ending. Let's see, Vinland Saga is 100% high on my watch list. That scene was wild. Vinland Saga, like you could tell the person who made Vinland Saga really loved medieval Vikings, and they didn't pull any punches with how violent and terrible living as a medieval Viking was really like. The scene was wild. People were warning you about the anime. Yep. Yeah. Some people were warning me, but they didn't really tell me what was in it. And sometimes if you warn me not to do something, I'm actually more likely to do that thing. But yeah, I had to read up on it, and I was like, oh, hell no. See, it says, yep. Centaur had her own slow. See, what about Hellsing and Berserk? Okay, so I watched the Berserk that was released on Netflix. That was the 3D animated one. That was actually one of my favorite animes. I loved that series. And then I have not watched the new Berserk where they're rehashing like the old actual story of Berserk, or not Berserk, Guts. I have not actually watched Hellsing. I've seen what Hellsing is. I have not watched it. I probably should. See, that Chrono ending is meh. It's funny because I had fun watching the anime all the way through. It's just the ending. I was like, this is depressing. This is one of the most depressing anime endings I've ever seen. Chrono Crusade has an absolutely depressing ending. Like, I did not feel good after that ending. I got up from the TV. I walked out. I was like, I need to do something that makes me feel happy now. Personally, I think my all-time favorite anime so far is Assassination Classroom. That is so good. Okay, I haven't heard of this, and now you have piqued my interest. Assassination Classroom. Huh. I'll take a look at that. Assassination Classroom. I'm going to add that to my list of animes to watch. Because I've been looking around. Oh, I did watch Chainsaw Man up to its current, where it's at right now. And I do like Chainsaw Man. Although it is kind of weird at times, to be fair. Because they talk to the main character like he's a pet. I think the main character of Chainsaw Man has some, I'll just say, strange fetish I don't know. That's how that anime came off to me. But the anime itself, everything else besides that was all right. Chainsaw Man was really nice. Yeah, I like Chainsaw Man. There's a couple other animes I was looking at watching. So I was like, man, they have so many what am I thinking of? Yeah, they have okay, so there's another anime I'm thinking of watching, and I cannot remember it off the top of my head. It's gonna come to me at the worst possible time. Dang it. Okay. Chainsaw Man is probably just a straight up fetish fest for the creators. You know, that would not surprise me. See, do you play any other games besides Azur Lane and War Thunder, including single player games? Actually, you would be surprised because I do play a lot of games. It's just right now I was just streaming Azur Lane because okay, the Azur Lane is like the game that I think I am most fascinated with at the moment. But I do play War Thunder. I've been meaning to stream The Witcher 3, Witcher Wild Hunt. Because I did play through Witcher 3 once, and I wished so badly I had a laptop that could stream me playing Witcher 3, and it was terrible. My Dell G7 could not keep up with my Dell G7 just couldn't do the job. And then my favorite game of all time, I would say, is still probably Skyrim, but only with a bunch of mods loaded up on it. I tried doing some Skyrim videos, but no one watches Skyrim on YouTube anymore, mainly because it feels like almost everything in Skyrim that could be done has probably been done. And then there's a couple other games I was looking at playing. But I do play some single-player games. See, cool, I played Wild Hunt 2. Yeah. Oh, I think Demon Slayer is going to make anime to end. Oh, damn. Demon Slayer is okay, Demon Slayer I think was the anime I was thinking of. I love Demon Slayer. Yeah, I hope they don't make that anime end. But yeah, I did like, oh, I have not played Elden Ring. I've been meaning to play Elden Ring. Because there's a bunch of people that compare Elden Ring to Skyrim, and I said, well, if it's like anything like Skyrim, odds are I'll like Elden Ring. Witcher 3 definitely took some inspiration from Skyrim. You could see that with all of how the weapons and equipment are built. To be honest, I like weird anime stuff like Magical Witch Puny-chan. The story and characters are just bonkers. Huh. Magical Witch Puny-chan. I have not heard of that anime. See, I've recently been enjoying Terrarai with Calamity mod. Huh. You know what's... okay, wait. Magical Witch Puny-chan. I've never heard of that anime. It sounds like something like a Sailor Moon knockoff. I might be wrong, though. But, oh, have you all noticed this? Okay, so, has anyone here... watched Sailor Moon when you were a kid? Have you noticed now that there is a gigantic gap in anime for, I don't know what to call it, the Sailor Moon void? Because I was looking at new animes, and there was no joke, like 5 Sailor Moon knockoff animes. Like there's a gap of Sailor Moon type anime, and a whole bunch of animes are clamoring to replace this gap. Someone's like, who's going to be the next Warrior Princess Power Rangers? And there's 5 of them. There was like Precure. There was, okay, I cannot remember the rest of the names. The only one that stuck to me was Precure. I cannot remember. I'll probably not pronounce that right. Demon Slayer, honestly, isn't that crazy good. But the animation goes crazy, and the characters are mostly very likable, so I'm still watching it. That is very important to keeping your interest in an anime, is I need likable characters. I can't be watching an anime and hate all the characters and want the villain to win. Oh, ReZero, Starting Life in a New World. That was another anime I'm watching. The main character of ReZero starts out being very unlikable, and then does a bunch of stuff later where he switches between being likable and being very unlikable. Like, I can only watch that anime for so long. Oh, also another anime, World End Harem. The main character of that anime is extremely, extremely unlikable to me. I'm like, I hate that guy. Hmm. It's like the most dumb anime character I've ever seen be brought to fruition. World End Harem. I cannot believe that guy. Let's see. Hold on a sec. Watch Madoka. Madoka. Okay, I'll put that on the list. Assassination Classroom and Madoka. I need to add those to my anime watch list. See, Terraria Goes Wild. Truly one of the games ever made. I'm guessing you mean best games ever made. Terraria. Okay, I'll take a look at this game, Terraria. Elden Ring was great. It's kind of a weirder, harder, and very Japanese Skyrim. Okay, you sold me on Elden Ring. That sounds like exactly what I was hoping it would be. It's just I have spent a lot of money, and I'm not sure I want to buy Elden Ring just yet. This laptop cost me cost me considerably. I'm just glad I can stream now finally without issues. Anyway, Elden Ring is a Souls game, so it's famously hard. Oh, okay. So I guess Elden Ring is going to be challenging. See, I kind of want to play Elden Ring, but I don't think my laptop could make it the pleasant experience it should be. Yeah, that Elden Ring, from what I have seen, you know, that will put your graphics card to the test. See, Madoshi. Yeah, I hate that guy too. Yeah, I know. World End Harem, the main character. I'm like, this has got to be the dumbest anime protagonist I have ever seen in the entire history of all anime I have watched. And that's counting the protagonist from ReZero. Terrible. See, I bet the PC version of Elden Ring is still busted. Frame drops all over the place. Typical from software. To be honest, they need to sort it out. I need to do some research on Elden Ring, but it sounds like a game I would love to play. Harem animes are stupid most of the time. That's the tragic fate that comes with the trash isekai wave. Oh gosh. I don't know. Some harem animes I've watched were still very enjoyable. Like, okay, Van Dread to me is, I know Van Dread's an old anime technically, but Van Dread to me was a very entertaining harem anime. See. Yep, you should try Elden Ring. Hope it'll run smooth. I mean, I have the laptop for it. Like, if any laptop could run Elden Ring smooth, it's this baby. So, I mean, I'll take a look at it. There are some good isekais out there, though, like Overlord. Okay, I need to watch Overlord. I've seen clips of that anime, and what I saw looked kind of funny. I need to take a look at Overlord. Let's see. And Tsukimichi. Tsukimichi. I don't know what that anime is. I'll have to take a look at that. See, have you tried Star Wars Jedi Survivor or Fallen Order? No, I haven't. I haven't played a Star Wars game in a good while. I need to take a look. I'll take a look at those. I have not played a Star Wars game in a good while, but I did see some clips of Jedi Survivor, and I liked what I saw. I was like, that looks like a fun Star Wars game to play. I grew up actually, most of the games I played that I remember playing from like my childhood were actually Star Wars games. Like I remember X-Wing CD. I remember X-Wing CD and X-Wing versus TIE Fighter and Rebel Assault. It's like most of the early PC games I have in the back of my memory playing were all Star Wars games. See, not only from software, every AAA game company just pushes out half-baked games, which just ruins potentially very good games. I agree with that a lot, Koro, because like it seems now that there's like okay, I don't know how to put it. It's sort of like these game companies that used to be like incredibly good. It seems now they're going more the cash grab route. So it's like quality is sacrificed for I don't know, various other things, whatever they could be seeking that they think they could get them money. So it feels like the love of the game has diminished from the game makers. The love of developing games has diminished somewhat from game makers. Yeah. Overlord, the first seasons go wild, but I feel like it kind of loses itself in the later seasons. Still a good watch though. Overlord. Oh, I need to take a look at Overlord. Most anime kind of skip some stuff you need to read the manga. You know, that annoys the crap out of me when I watch. Okay, so here's the thing. My favorite all-time anime is Full Metal Panic. And there is stuff in the manga that they cut out from the anime. And I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? This is like, there's stuff in, and it wasn't just them. Like, they did that for Attack on Titan. Like the manga, there's some stuff cut out of the manga that for the anime release anyway. And some of the stuff that was cut out, I'm like, that scene would have been crazy if they put that in the anime. Damn. I hate when they do that. Oh, Claymore is one of my favorite animes. And the manga is actually no, that one. Okay, and now that I think about it, Claymore, for the most part, stayed kind of consistent with the manga. Say, the best Star Wars games I ever played was the original Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga for the Nintendo DS. That was wild. I did not play that one. I need to take a look. I need to. I remember one that I really enjoyed playing was Jedi Academy. And Jedi Academy and Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Those were like two of my favorites that I can easily remember from my childhood. You say 1990 to 2010 was the golden era of gaming to me. I agree. The golden era of gaming was definitely those dates. It was also like they didn't hold anything back. Now it seems like everything is like somehow censored. Like every new game it seems like it feels like it's censored somehow or watered down from what its potential could have been, or you know, in some way it's a cash grab. Gunslinger Girls. I've heard of that anime. I need to watch that. Okay, Gunslinger Girls, I've heard of that anime repeatedly, and I think I watched the first couple episodes, but I never sat down and watched it all the way through. And I'm like, that is one I probably might revisit. Oh my God, Attack on Titan, I have to watch for sure. Goddamn. I'm really hyped for the Solo Leveling anime that is coming next year in the winter. Solo Leveling, I don't know what that is. So I believe the manhwa was such a good read. I guess you mean manga. The manga was such a good read, and the art is so good. If they nail the animation, it's gonna be super good. Solo Leveling. I've never heard of this anime. Okay. I've never heard of this anime. Me, the one anime I think it's like a criminal that they didn't continue is Claymore. Claymore should have gotten another season. Oh, and another anime that I would love to see get another season is Cells at Work Code Black. See, any game with a budget of $20 million attracts too much attention to come out without being censored and neutered. You know, that's true too. You're right about that. which is why we have to scrape the indie market for good games. Ah, that's true. You know, that is very true. Hmm. Damn. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like big money when it gets involved in any type of game or media in general. Big money ruins good media the fastest. Hmm. So you need a second season of Keijo. What is Keijo? I've never heard of that anime. Say, honestly, the indie market brings out such bangers, though, because unlike AAA, there's actual love in the game. That's, yeah, to me, I'm like, that seems like the most important thing. The game needs to be made with love. Love and care. Tender love and care for a game. I'm like, dang, they. Mm. Yeah, to me, the last like fandom, or I would say the last big media fandom that got big money and didn't, um, didn't get completely ruined. At least not until the end. Was the MCU, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. After Endgame, though, I have not watched anything in Marvel Cinematic Universe. But I just remember I was like, the MCU. That was like to me the last, ridiculously big budget um, franchise that treated all the characters with TLC, just like a good pizza. Oh yeah, absolutely. Pizza is my favorite. Okay, so here's the thing. One of my favorite things to eat ever is pizza. Domino's deep dish pepperoni pizza. I love pepperoni pizza. Pepperoni pizza, and also, hmm. Okay, so I like the meat lovers pizza too. They put like oh man, I love pizza. Y'all are making me hungry. See, Henai Kimono very much agree with the MCU. Yeah, yeah. It felt like up until Endgame, or at least at right up until Endgame, they treated every character with more love and care, and had a big budget, like more love and care than I have seen a lot of franchises treat their characters, and they had like millions and millions of dollars of budget. Of course, I have not followed any of the MCU after Endgame because I could tell it was going to go downhill from there. But I was like, for what they did give us, I cannot help but appreciate that we got it. I've never watched Marvel movies, but I only hear from them now that they bring out trash after trash. It's always the same because they never try anything different. Same formula every time. Okay, so the first Marvel movies, I would say every Marvel movie from the first Iron Man movie up to Endgame, to me at least, made a very genuine attempt to treat these characters well. Except for except I would say except in the first Avengers movie, Captain America's costume was terrible. Captain America's costume was one of the worst superhero suits I'd ever seen in a movie in the first Avengers movie. I was like, damn. See, I took up learning to make pizza properly recently. I suggest making it yourself. I found it significantly better than ordering out. Hmm. I'm gonna have to tell you, that's not a bad idea. I've looked into making dozens of things from so it mainly started during the pandemic. I started cooking a lot for myself, and one of my favorite things, actually, I was always cooking fish because my one of my favorite things to eat is fish. I always would cook my own fish. It's like there's sometimes I'll go eat out at a restaurant with some fish, but I love cooking fish and my own bacon and eggs and breakfast foods like French toast and stuff like that. I'm probably going to be having to do that again, actually, because of you know, I am kind of, depleted of my funds this month thanks to this laptop. Marvel movies just make me switch off. It's not a bad experience, but it's just so bland. I haven't seen any of the recent ones. The old ones were good, though. Pre-Endgame and Endgame itself were good to me. See, and then there's Disney, buyer of all and ruiner of everything. Fish is based, yeah. Yeah, Disney, it seems to me, no matter what franchise Disney gets their hands on, it's bound to be ruined. The greatest ruining of a franchise I have ever seen at so fast a rate was Star Wars. Like me now, I can't really okay, I loved Star Wars as a kid, but now I can't watch anything Star Wars. I'm like, I tried watching, I did watch The Mandalorian, and that went sideways. So I was like, yeah, I'm done with Star Wars for a while. Star Wars, y'all, that is the fastest, most horrendous, most rapid crashing and burning of a franchise I've ever seen. How good is the new laptop? Well, Gomez, it is incredibly good. I'm playing it right now, and everything looks extremely, extremely smooth. Oh, I have to play War Thunder on this. Like, I have to show you guys how War Thunder looks when I play this, because War Thunder looks extremely immersive. That's both a good thing and a bad thing. It's just like when it looks more realistic, stuff in War Thunder can make you jump. Like a random surprise artillery shell in the wrong spot. I was like, I jumped when I played the War Thunder a bit. I was like, it's so realistic. Oh my god! See, franchise obliteration speedrun world record by Kathleen Kennedy. I agree. She deserves that award. Yeah. Star Wars is so tragic. Yeah. Star Wars is... What happened to Star Wars to me is like... I almost want to call it a crime against culture. A crime against good civilization. I still, to this day, have not watched Star Wars episode... Was it episode 9? The last movie with Rey Skywalker in it. Still haven't watched it. I stopped at The Last Jedi. See, Kaijo was about a water sport where girls use only their butt and boobs to knock each other off platforms. It had the very exaggerated move list and animations like a lot of sports anime. I probably will watch that, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, my favorite, I would say this, my favorite, one of my favorite animes is How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift? Because that anime is actually about working out, and you will learn good stuff about working out in that anime. It was funny. That anime was very entertaining. How heavy are the dumbbells you lift? Oh, and also, there was a mountain climbing anime I watched that was also very good, but I can't find it again. Rock Climbing Girls something. I need to look that up. See, I never particularly liked Star Wars. I grew on Star Trek. I love Star Trek, and Star Trek seems to have gone roughly the same direction Star Wars has. It's just going much slower, and but it seems I can't watch any of the new Star Trek shows. Like, something went wrong when they introduced Star Trek Discovery. I love cause I grew up watching. I didn't watch the OG Star Trek TV show with James T. Kirk, but I watched all of the James T. Kirk movies, and it was actually okay. Those movies to me were filled with like wonder and care and like imagination. And James T. Kirk himself is a compelling character, as was original Spock and most of the original crew. They actually they're fun characters to watch. The last Star Trek I legitimately tried to watch was Star Trek Enterprise, which to me was like Star Trek Cowboys. Because they started going off, they broke all the rules of the Prime Directive. In fact, you could argue that Star Trek Enterprise is probably why the Prime Directive was written in the first place. Yeah. Never make contact with an alien race that has not achieved warp speed. Why? Because this could happen. Oh, never try to interfere or meddle with the affairs of two races at war with each other. Why? Because this could happen. See, agree it's smooth. Got to check some videos about that laptop anyway. Koro's like, you aren't missing anything. See, the sequels made the prequels great movies. You know, that's exactly what I was thinking, because I went back and I decided to watch all of the what I call now the George Lucas Star Wars, but I decided to watch it all in order. So I started with Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and then I went on to Attack of the Clones, and then I sat down and watched all of Star Wars Clone Wars, the cartoon, all the way from front to back, and then went to Revenge of the Sith. And then after that, I watched A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. And those, like, Star Wars itself as a sci-fi franchise, the original Star Wars with under George Lucas's, dictation. It actually, even the prequels though were kind of, even though they were kind of like it was mainly the acting felt kind of forced and mediocre in the prequels, but the story was actually very, very good. Like it was a good plot. Anyone watching Apergeo of Blue Steel? I've never heard of that. See, yeah, I liked it, but I do think it was just eh. Star Wars and Trek are both fine, but Star Wars spawned way, way more video games. Then Disney let EA have the exclusive license and the entire ecosystem of Star Wars games died. Okay, so that's what happened. Dang. Yeah, Star Wars got all the good video games. There's only like there's only 3 Star Trek games that I can think of off the top of my head. And they're all in the same series, and they were all very good growing up. It was called Star Trek Fleet Command. Or no, Starfleet Command. And Star Trek Starfleet Command had 3 games in the series. 1, 2, and 3. And 3 had an actually intricate storyline, because the Klingons and the Federation became allies in 3, and then the Romulans manufactured an incident that caused them to go to war. And so the Romulans are behind all this, and then you fight the Romulans afterwards, but everybody's already messed up from fighting each other. And then the Borg could come in. I was like, Star Trek Starfleet Command 3 had a really good storyline, but the gameplay for Starfleet Command 1 and 2 was just, like, for its time, it's dated now, but for its time, it was amazing. Clone Wars series is so good. I have to watch all of that. I missed some of the later seasons, and good thing that the exclusive EA license is over. Okay, so that Clone Wars cartoon, I remember I discounted it and I didn't want to watch it at first, mainly because Ahsoka Tano looked like an annoying self-insert from a teenage fan fiction. And I remember the first movie, they released like a movie called Star Wars Clone Wars, and where it introduced Ahsoka Tano, and I just did not like her. And they actually, I found out later, did that intentionally. They made Ahsoka Tano a repulsive character specifically to give her a character redeeming arc that would make her a likable character. And now I'm like, oh, now it all makes sense. I wasn't going to see that as a kid head on, but I was like, when I watched the rest of the Clone Wars cartoon, Ahsoka Tano ended up being one of the most likable characters by the end of the series. See, I liked Enterprise. It showed a much less enlightened Federation and how we overcome a lot of our prejudices. Okay, I liked Enterprise, Star Trek Enterprise also, because to me, like, I call that basically cowboys in space, because the Enterprise, it was like the first ship of its kind. So they're just going around and like doing stuff that causes a whole bunch of problems in the universe. But they basically it's sort of like it sets up the rules of the Prime Directive that and now you know why they exist is because they went out to Star Trek Enterprise. They went out into the universe and they just made a bunch of mistakes. I was like, my goodness, this is not a very good introduction for like as far as Star Trek Enterprise goes. Humanity's introduction into deep space travel was not very good. The Federation's introduction to the rest of the galaxy was horrible. I kind of liked it though. It was fun to watch. There were about a dozen or so Star Trek games. The most enduring one today is the MMO Star Trek Online. It's okay. Yeah, I have heard about Star Trek Online. I just never, I don't know. It didn't appeal to me that much when I watched the gameplay. I watched some of the gameplay and I was like, eh. There's better games than this. Moved on and found a different game. Also, have you seen the 2003 Clone Wars miniseries? It's like only 2 hours total or so, and it's really fun to watch. I included that. The cartoon animated Star Wars. Yeah, I included that in my watching of all of George Lucas's Star Wars. And that cartoon has the best General Grievous ever. I watched that actually before I went and saw Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, because those cartoons came out before Revenge of the Sith was released in theaters. And I remember being so disappointed with General Grievous in the movie, because like in that 2003 like cartoon Star Wars, General Grievous was like a horror movie monster, Jedi killer, alien cyborg creature. That's exactly what he was. Like watching General Grievous on the screen, it was like Star Wars had turned into a horror movie, and the Jedi were all the victims. I can't believe what they did to General Grievous in the cartoon, or in the Clone Wars cartoon. That was terrible, and in the movie that was also terrible. I was like, you mean to tell me we got awesome, ultra Jedi mass genociding machine Grievous in the cartoon Star Wars, and then in the the animated Clone Wars series and in the movie, he's like some creepy mustache guy going like, ha ha, I'll get you next time. He's like a cartoon villain, but not a good one. See, Tactical Roar and High School Fleet are a good naval ship-based anime. Tactical Roar and High School Fleet, I've never heard of either of those animes, but now you've piqued my interest. You just have to get past the old harem tropes of old anime. Oh goodness. I did watch Cancol, the animated series. Cancol anime, and that was actually, dang, that was loud. Okay, Cancol was actually very good. At least the anime is. See, 2003 Grievous was going crazy, such a Giga Chad. Yeah, that Grievous had me upset when I saw him in Revenge of the Sith. I was so hyped we were gonna get to see Grievous fight in the movie, and then when it actually happened, it was one of the most disappointing moments, and I would say I'd ever had in a movie theater. I was like, you mean to tell me all that cool stuff Grievous did in the cartoon, he's not gonna do any of that in the movie? Because General Grievous, he was like, he had 4 arms, and he was so skilled. Each arm was able to basically hold off a Jedi, and then he would scissor cut a Jedi in half when they least expected it. And he was fast. He could move along the walls. He was fast like a velociraptor in Jurassic Park. That's how fast he was. Only way more intelligent and armed with lightsabers. Considering the anime direction we're going in, we will land at Moretsu Pirates soon. Moretsu Pirates? What is that? See, Lieutenant Koro kind of makes you wonder how he managed to kill any Jedi at all. Well, okay, so I do remember he killed a Jedi in the Clone Wars cartoon. And it was the young, he was one of the squid people aliens, but it was he was a young Padawan who was just overly brash, and he thought he could take on Grievous himself, and Grievous just took him out. What annoyed me though is he didn't actually even kill him with a lightsaber. Grievous did not kill that Jedi with a lightsaber. He killed him with a blaster. After his lightsabers got, after he lost some arms in the fight, I was like, this is still it still feels like General Grievous got disrespected somehow. I was like, come on, Clone Wars cartoon. Give me the General Grievous from the 2003 cartoon. I don't like this one. Send it back. Okay. Okay, I have brief disconnection from OBS. Very brief disconnection, and then it reboots. Okay. Okay, I had a very brief disconnection from OBS, and now it's good. Anyway, yeah, you're gonna need a blaster if you go up against Grievous at a bare minimum. But, yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi was able to kill Grievous with a blaster. I was like, I kind of wanted Grievous to get cut down like a Jedi warrior. Like Dooku. Dooku actually went out like a soldier. Dooku and I would say Darth Maul. Also, I watched Star Wars Rebels also, by the way. And Darth Maul in Star Wars Rebels was insanely cool. Nah, I take Grievous in a 1v1 fist fight any day. Yeah, actually, yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, Darth Maul. Darth Maul, to me, is one of my favorite characters, thanks to Star Wars Rebels. Rebels I didn't watch. Looked pretty silly to me. Okay, so Rebels, you do have to, in my opinion, get over the animation a bit, because all the lightsabers look like super thin. It looks like they're fighting with needles. But it does get good. Like, I enjoyed watching Star Wars Rebels. Although it's not as enjoyable as Clone Wars. See, is that the one where Maul comes back with robot legs? Well, he comes back. Here's the thing. Maul comes back in the Clone Wars cartoon with robot legs. But in Star Wars Rebels, you actually see the conclusion of Maul's whole story. And the thing that you have to prepare yourself is if you watch Star Wars Rebels, the Sith are actually more likable than the main characters. Like to me, when I was watching Star Wars Rebels, it seemed to me that the villains were actually more likable than the heroes. I was like, what kind of writing is this? You guys trying to make me root for the Empire? Or not necessarily the Empire, but Darth Maul? And that fight is just filled with nostalgia for OGs. Yeah, the last fight that Maul has with Obi-Wan, he has that last fight with Obi-Wan. Ah, that is to me the best moment in the whole cartoon of Star Wars Rebels. That was hands down the best moment in the whole cartoon. It was so quick, but if you know the origin of the moves they made, it was so such a good callback to the Phantom Menace. That fight gave me goosebumps when I watched it. See, the beginning of the Clone Wars cartoon episode had the feeling of Starship Troopers propaganda skits. Do you want to know more? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. There was actually a cartoon called Starship Troopers Roughneck Chronicles, and for a while when I started watching Star Wars Clone Wars, it felt like that cartoon. So it was like a 3D animated cartoon Starship Troopers. It's dated now. Like if you watch it now, you're gonna have to get used to some old 3D animation if you want to enjoy the series. I can still enjoy the series because I have some nostalgia tied to it. I watched a video about that fight on YouTube and it got me a little bit, and I didn't even watch the cartoon. Yeah. I watched the cartoon and I saw that fight, and the thing is, I actually, the more I understood Darth Maul, I actually started to feel really bad for Darth Maul. I was like, dang, Darth Maul has had a rough, terrible, awful life, and it ended brutally because he was just so embittered by revenge. That's literally what did him in. I'm like, Maul is one of my favorite characters in Star Wars. I was like, dang. And to me, the way he went out was appropriate. I was like, I'm sad to see Darth Maul die, but this is just about the best way it could have been done. It was like he was a character especially treated with some TLC. Probably the last character in Star Wars treated with TLC. Also, when he pulls out his lightsaber and he first fights the Inquisitors and he completely whoops them, that scene was also pretty funny. Because Darth Maul, he shows up and he's like, man, they give out lightsabers to just anybody these days. Starts tearing them up. That scene, I was laughing during that scene. I was like, are you seriously telling me these Inquisitors think they can fight Darth Maul after all the combat experience Darth Maul has had? They don't stand a chance. The way Maul was treated by the Emperor, they probably could have given him some kind of crazy redemption arc to make him one of the good guys. I also agree with that. That would be cool. That would have been so cool. There's so much they could have done with Darth Maul, and that would have been awesome. And the way he went, though, I'm okay with it. Like, he decided to try and create his own war to fight the Emperor near the end of Clone Wars. I was okay with that. I was like, this is actually Darth Maul is the chief anti-hero of the Star Wars story, because he's trying to he actually is technically trying to stop Darth Sidious, Emperor Palpatine, from rising to power, and he knew that Anakin Skywalker was his apprentice. So Darth Maul, if you really look at him, he is the chief anti-hero of Star Wars. And he was trying to stop all that. He just didn't want to use all the he didn't really trust the Jedi, and he didn't want to use the Jedi methods and other moral code and all that. So he's like, See, I skipped Rebels. It looks silly. Maybe it's just the animation. I would say if you can watch the first couple episodes, you may get over the animation, and you will enjoy Star Wars Rebels. May. I mean, I don't know how long it takes for your brain to overcome weird animation styles. I know mine also varies depending on what I'm watching. Lieutenant Coral, Maul's best character ever created, for real. He is my favorite. Like, yeah, like out of all Star Wars, Darth Maul, best. He's the anti-hero of the series, and he's my favorite character. I was like, gosh. Although I also do like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Kenobi has an incredible arc of character, like arc himself, and he is the most, I think, in the Star Wars Clone Wars cartoon, he is the most likable Jedi character, I think. Although Anakin in the Clone Wars cartoon is pretty cool, Kenobi is like, I don't know, he's the most likable Jedi in the cartoon. I will say this though, Star Wars Rebels, just prepare yourself to actually like the villains more than the heroes, because I was watching Star Wars Rebels and I was just thinking to myself, man, I cannot really root for any of these heroes, but the villains are cool. Like, I was like, I almost wanted the villains to win when I, like, halfway through watching Star Wars Rebels, I was kind of rooting for the villains. See, I can't tell who that ship in the background of this picture is, because I thought it might have been Laffy, but Laffy's in the shopping cart. I was like, who was that in the background? Hmm. So far, I gotta say, I'm impressed with this Iron Blood fleet. This Iron Blood fleet for Shimakaze? Oh, that's who that was. Okay. For some reason, this reminds me that every Star Wars story prequel has to have the Last Jedi in it. How many Last Jedi do we have so far in her Bar Bunny skin? Oh, okay. That makes sense. But, yeah, it seems now that, like, it does feel like whenever there's a new Star Wars something that comes out, it's almost always about some Jedi that escaped Order 66. And Star Wars Rebels is no exception. Or did you mean like the Last Jedi movie? Like it has to have that movie's lore injected into it. Oops. But yeah, it seems like it's always about now some Jedi escaped Order 66. And I'm like, can we get something new? No, I meant exactly what you said. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like to me, I'm like, I get it. This is kind of cool. But can we get something new? Like, I don't know. The news, I don't know. Someone in the future tries to set up a new Jedi Order. Can we get a new story? Or could we get an older story? Like, the origin of the Sith in an animation. Because you could give the Sith a very compelling backstory and make them very good villains. There was some fan fiction of Star Wars that I was reading on, because I used to read lots of fan fiction. I don't now anyway. But I remember reading up on like some fan fiction, and one fan fiction I read had to do with like the origin of the Sith, and it had like it started off like five guys coming together to start a rock band. Only everybody had problems. It's just the one thing that united them was a hatred of the Jedi. I was like, dang, this is actually a pretty fun fan fiction. I don't remember the name of this fan fiction, but they knew how. It was like they were all force sensitive, and then they were like, okay, so we're all force sensitive. We all hate the Jedi. Let's make our own club. But there's some fun, interesting directions you could go with adding story to the Sith or the other Jedi orders, like the Gray Jedi. The Gray Jedi are like anti-hero Jedis to me. If I was in Star Wars, I might be a Gray Jedi. I know for a fact I would not be a Jedi, because the number one factor that differentiates the Jedi from, like the Gray Jedi or the Sith or any of those, is the Jedi have a very strict moral code of how you can use the Force. And then on top of that, you can't get married. Like, you can't have some... To me, that's what brought down the Jedi Order. Was one Jedi, Anakin Skywalker, wanted some poon and was willing to go to incredibly extreme lengths to get it. That's, if you look at what brought down the Jedi, that was it. He wanted some poon and he wanted a family. And those are the most human desires in every man. I was like, you can't be restricting, any organization where the men cannot, go out and, have a nice time with women. I would not want to join that organization. It doesn't matter how much other perks that organization has. Does not appeal to me. I could never be a Jedi. And not only that, but the strict moral code of ethics, I could never uphold that moral code of ethics. I would be using the Force selfishly all kinds of times. Like, at least if you're a Sith, you may not be the most morally sound individual, but at least, the Sith have some very, like, hot, Sith ladies. I would say this. What's funny? The Sith, the female Sith warriors, there's a lot of them, and there's like, I don't know if you've seen some of them in the games and all that. There was like the red and black Twi'lek, and you can make babies with them while still being a Sith. I was like, the Sith, being a Sith kind of appealed to me more than being a Jedi, just for that one reason. Have you seen the Star Wars anime? Personally, I think most of it is really bad, but that first episode is crazy. I have not seen the Star Wars anime. OG investigator out here picking the side with the hotter chicks. Well, it's not just the fact that there's hotter chicks on that side. It's also the fact that you can actually do stuff with those chicks and still be part of the organization. Yeah, like, imagine this. Imagine you're like sitting you're introduced into, you are isekai'd into the world of Star Wars. And right when you walk into the universe, there's a Jedi and a Sith there. And the Jedi advertises, the Jedi Order to you, and he tells you all this stuff about how the Order works. And the Sith are over there just like, yeah, we hate the Jedi, and also, look at all these fine Sith ladies. It's a hard sell to make me a Jedi. You have to think about that. Obviously, to me, the ideal would be the Gray Jedi, because they have like a code of honor, at least. But they don't have, like, you could still get married and have kids as a Gray Jedi. But I was like, Crow, is it the Star Wars vision? The Sith go crazy and their flesh rots. The Jedi are a monastic order, or celibate monks, sort of. Depending on how you pick and choose your lore, the Jedi being celibate is a relatively recent thing. I did not know this. All I know is whenever the Jedi, whenever it came to like women in the Jedi, all I remember was the answer was celibacy. Well, technically not, because rules of two. You can be a user of the dark side of the Force, but you can be a Sith just like that. Huh. Yeah, I'm like, you go out to, the one thing I couldn't handle with the Sith is all the betraying that goes on. Like, you know how, okay, so almost all the Sith end up in some way betraying and fighting each other. And it seems like that just happened too often. I'm like, man, trust in this organization is really low. You know, like Asajj Ventress, she tries to kill her former master. You know, Count Dooku. Count Dooku gets killed on the orders of Darth Sidious. Darth Maul fights, you know, Darth Sidious. I'm like, this is... You Sith, the reason you lose all the time is because you're too busy killing each other. You should be focusing on the Jedi if you wanted to win, you know? Yeah, don't be betrayed. Be the one who betrays. See, that's the thing. That's the thing that I just don't like about the Sith. I'm like, man, I don't want to be, you know, stabbing people in the back all the time. I don't want to get stabbed in the back either. It isn't Shima, it's Nicholas. She's sleepy. Oh no, I mean the one running in the far, far back of that art. But yeah, so I was like, I could not. Like if I was a Sith. You know, you always have to be looking over your shoulder. You always have to be looking at your master with a side eye. You know, you have to be looking at all your peers. You know, kind of sideways. Like, okay, I wonder who's. I don't know if I could live life like that. That's too much looking over my shoulder. That's why, to me, the Gray Jedi are the best. You have a strict moral code. Nobody betrays each other. If you want to. You can get yourself a nice lady and start building a family if you want to. Or, you know, you could go out there and just, I don't know, fool around with the alien women. That's because the dark side drives them crazy. Also messes up their body eventually. Sion was special in that regard. He was a walking pile of ash. Yeah, that's another thing about the Sith. They're all maimed. Like, they're all physically maimed in some horrible way. That I was like, I like having both my arms. Like, even Darth Maul, he got cut in half. Darth Maul cannot fully enjoy the pleasures of a woman due to his injury. So I'm like, I can't, I like being a whole human being, you know? I like having all my arms and legs attached. I like having both my eyeballs. I like having my Johnson. I like having my Johnson. We, you know, all these things, we have been together since birth. I see no reason to change that. You know, Darth Vader, whole body gets burnt, loses a hand. Hard pass for me on that aspect of Sith life. It's like the praying mantis conundrum. Would you rather, if your only choice was the Jedi or the Sith, would you rather go through life never having sex but living a, you know, somewhat safe and good existence, or would you rather go through life, have sex, and get killed horrifically? Hard choice to make. I mean, if you're a Jedi, you might as well lose your Johnson. Doesn't really matter. Exactly. 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 Like, what's the point of a Johnson if you're not going to use it? It's just there, you know, poking at you, itching, and you can't do nothing about it. It like the you know, your Johnson will induce desires in your brain that you could do nothing about as a Jedi. And I'm like, forget this. I'd rather be Han Solo and be like a bounty hunter and a trader, like a you know, smuggler, rather than be a Jedi. Even if I'm not force sensitive and don't have a lightsaber. in a universe that probably demands that you probably should have one. Say Vader loses both legs too. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Remember, yeah, Vader lost. Vader is like the got one of the worst losses because he lost, you know, pretty much all the skin on his body. He lost his legs. He lost his hand. Been mutilated beyond recognition. I don't know if Vader's Johnson works. I don't want to know, but it's just if I was him and I lost the use of my Johnson, I would be upset. Vader is miserable. I haven't entered one of these zones in a while. Let's see. I would become a Sith, kill my master somehow, and then never get an apprentice and end the Sith. You know, that's a good strategy. That is a good strategy, Koro. I would adopt that strategy myself. Okay, I think actually I've never had my Iron Blood fleet just try to ride out one of these zones now with Bismarck Spy in it. I'll try this out. Anyway, bro, a Jedi without Johnson is going to be the best Jedi ever. This is also true. This is also very true. It's almost like, okay, so it almost seems to me like, could you imagine this? And I could see the Jedi implementing something like this. Could you imagine, as a Jedi, like, wouldn't it make sense for the Jedi Order to one day just be like, okay, in order to become a new Jedi, you all must be surgically castrated. All the men, anyway. Surgically castrated. Because that would make you a better Jedi, wouldn't it? Can't do it. I'd be like, that's a hard pass for me. Hard pass. What are the Sith up to? I'm going to go see what the Sith are up to over here. Vader is just RoboCop with Force abilities. You know, that actually does make a lot of sense. Yeah, because RoboCop also had a wife and kids. But I guess RoboCop, at least he got to keep his wife and kids after he got, you know, mutilated. Because his wife and kids are still around and alive, and he could see them. He just has no emotions for them. At least in the old RoboCop movies. In the new one, they tried to balance that out with him having, like, you know, emotions and stuff. Yeah. Palpatine only lost his sanity. Well, no big deal, right? Yeah. Yeah, Palpatine, I'm wondering. So here's my thing is that okay, I want you all, everyone that's a fan of Star Wars. Could you imagine if you were Emperor Palpatine? Would you ever just, I don't know, look around at all the wonderful women in the Empire and just say, no, I'm going to exclusively focus on my work? And you're the Emperor? I bet Emperor Palpatine was smashing every single, you know, hot alien girl in the Empire if he was normal. I bet, like, if I was Emperor Palpatine, that's what I would be doing. Be running around. And apparently, oh wait, I'm a fan of human women, regular human women, but I'm just saying, the Twi'leks seem to be, like, you know, very appealing alien women to most of the characters in Star Wars. I bet Emperor Palpatine went over to that planet that the Twi'leks are from, and he probably smashed every single Twi'lek. That's why we don't see too many later on in the newer Star Wars. He smashed them all. So you want to be a Jedi? How about no balls first? Exactly. That would be the best ideal Jedi, is a Jedi that has no Johnson. Pass. I got a white colored lightsaber user from one of those questionnaires. Oh, okay. My lightsaber choice was purple. Maybe when he was younger, lol. By the time he's emperor, the plumbing has gone all rusty and clogged. Wow. Unlimited women. Yeah, I'm wondering, did Emperor Palpatine have a bunch of like kids that we don't know about? And another thing is this: if you notice, like a lot of times, even when a guy that age gets in a position of power, I mean, sometimes he'll go to extreme technological lengths to let's say renew the plumbing. Who was that actor who this guy is 82 and he just got his 29-year-old girlfriend pregnant. This guy, he's an 82-year-old man who got his 29-year-old girlfriend pregnant, and he's been in the news recently. I cannot remember him. I can't remember his name, but I was like, dang, 82 and you're still not shooting blanks? Well, damn. See, that's a happy life right there. Anakin is the son of Palpatine. uh There is a very stupid answer to your question. Rey from the new films is his descent. Yeah, I read about that. She's technically Rey Palpatine. I'm just like, Star Wars, could you go down the tubes any faster? Any faster, just let me know so I can be prepared. Rey Palpatine. For real? This is what you're doing, Star Wars? Hmm. And you know what's funny? He didn't even have her the fun way. Well, yes, but no, because those movies themselves couldn't really decide who her parents are. I never saw the last movie. All I heard was that Rey is actually a Palpatine, not a Skywalker. I never saw the last movie. It didn't appeal to me. I was like, is this going to pique my interest or is it going to be a colossal waste of time? The Last Jedi has not given me indication otherwise. Yeah, Rey Palpatine. So the villain wins in Star Wars. See, but then again, those movies couldn't decide on anything. I know. Uh yeah, that movie, the Last Jedi to me, The Force Awakens is actually an all right movie. Like when I was watching, I was like, this is actually okay. I'm excited for the next movie that they're gonna make. So, um, The Last Jedi. Okay, except for one thing in The Force Awakens. I do not think Rey should have been able to win that fight against Kylo Ren. But that totally just that was started the discussion of what is a Mary Sue, and now everyone in society kind of knows what a Mary Sue is because of that one scene. But The Last Jedi, it seemed like the movie was just going everywhere. Like, who wrote this movie? Cats? Like a bunch of cats just got together and were like, oh, we're gonna send Finn and Rose on a mission to nowhere that makes no sense while everybody else is fighting the Empire. And I was like, I don't know why. This feels so forced. Hmm. That movie was weird. The Last Jedi is a weird movie. I remember enjoying it when I first saw it because there's all these scenes filled with nostalgia. But I was like, we got no answers on who Emperor Snoke is. And Emperor Snoke, he was supposed to be the big bad villain. I'm like, why is this guy even here? Like, what exactly do you do here, Mr. Snoke? Bro, Rey shouldn't have won any fight in those movies. She never did any training at all. She would have died the second she was born if the movies were for real. Exactly. Exactly. I was like, this is... Okay, there's a cool channel called, or a cool video made by Literature Devil on what is a Mary Sue, and it's a Mary Sue is like a character that the universe just gives everything, and they never struggle, and they're never in danger. They're never they instantly have every situation handled. And I was like, yeah, that's Ray. That's definitely Ray. I was like, dang, I never at one point, like when you're watching a movie or a show or even reading a book, like if you feel the peril that the character could die or lose an arm or, you know, suffer in some way, it's a struggle. That's what makes a character interesting almost. And instead, here we got Ray, who just, I don't know, picks up a lightsaber and whoops Kylo Ren's ass. It's like, this is bad writing. The worst line from the sequel trilogy, somehow Palpatine returns. That line's in the movie. I never saw the movie. I never saw the last movie. Yeah, what if we had a villain like Vader, but he's not scary at all? Yeah, that's Kylo Ren. Oh, Kylo Ren did manage to dodge the whole getting maimed thing, but he's not... I wouldn't say... Is he technically a Sith? So I'm like, what exactly is Kylo Ren? Because I don't think he could fit the category of a Sith. It's something you just have to think about. Oh, my fleet lost Emden. Palpatine's return was announced in Fortnite. This should be a joke, but it is not. Wow. That is very disheartening. That's disappointing. And what if we make a protagonist like Luke, but it's a female and she doesn't struggle because she's a strong, independent woman? You know, yeah, boss girl. She's a total boss girl. I was like, I've seen this too much in movies to know where this is going. I ain't gonna watch the last one. Yeah, I think the boss girl is now finally overdone. That doesn't mean Hollywood's gonna stop making those kinds of characters. It just means I think people are done watching, you know, boss girl archetypes. They should have announced it in Azur Lane collab. I'd ring Gladiator class Star Destroyer Chan. That would be alright. Yeah. Well, she wasn't the only strong boss girl of the movies. I'd love that. Death Star Chan would be wild. Yeah, they even have their 2 version ready. Yeah, Death Star Chan. To me, the most interesting, if they were to try to do that with any sci-fi franchise, the most interesting... Oh, dang. My Iron Blooded Fleet got knocked out. Okay. Well, it was a good run while it was going. Now my real mobbing fleet. Royal Navy. Anyway, to me, the real good sci-fi ships I would like to see turned... If they were to Azur Lane a sci-fi franchise, I would love to see what Star Trek would look like. Star Wars Azur Lane collab copium. Yeah. I would love to see what a Star Trek Azur Lane would look like, though. Anime girls of the Star Trek universe. My favorite ship in all of Star Trek is actually 2 favorite ships, really. I like the Enterprise A retrofit. Like James T. Kirk's Enterprise in the movies. I like that Enterprise. That is still my Enterprise. And the Sovereign class that Picard has is also a good Enterprise. But my favorite ship, even more so than the Sovereign class, is the Klingon Bird of Prey. It's like the Bird of Prey just looks like a villain ship. I'm trying to think of what ship in Star Wars I would like to see turned into an anime, because I like the Superstar Destroyers. Like the Superstar Destroyers were insanely cool. Superstar Destroyer Chan. Oh wait, does Vanguard not have a gun? No, she doesn't. Okay, I need to give her a gun. Yeah, the gun she's... Okay, so the gun I normally have her use is on Bismarck. Okay. Hmm. Let me try this one. Okay. The Falcon, I guess. You know, the Millennium Falcon turned into an anime girl would also be cool. Hmm. What was Boba Fett's ship? Slave One? Slave One would also be cool. The Defiant would be... Oh, God. Yeah, the Defiant from Star Trek was one of my... excuse me. One of my favorite ships. I liked the Defiant class. It was basically just a small cylinder with with 2 warp engines and a bunch of weapons. It's like a small oval-shaped ship with warp engines, a bridge, and a bunch of weapons just slapped onto it. Actually, in Star Trek Starfleet Command 3, you can use the Defiant, and it was one of the better ships. I guess the problem was it had no rearward armament, so it was like if you ran into a Klingon bird of prey, and all that Klingon bird of prey would have to do to take out a Defiant is get behind it and follow it like a fighter plane and keep shooting at its rear, because the bird of prey was faster and more maneuverable. And if you stayed on the back of a Defiant class ship, you could still kill it. Hmm. I guess X-Wing and TIE fighters will be broken in Azure Lane carrier fighter slots. Oh, that would be funny. Yeah, they'd all be URs. Just throwing blasters and photon torpedoes. Hmm. Hmm. Looks like I may have to end this stream in about 22 minutes. Okay, I have something else I have to do. But while these minutes are going by, might as well enjoy. My favorite Star Wars fighter was actually the A-Wing. Because I remember when I was playing that in Rogue Squadron, I was so fast. And the guns were like good enough to, or the blasters, excuse me, were good enough to actually like destroy almost every enemy. but you were just so fast you couldn't even get hit. The only other fighter that could keep up with you from the Imperial side was the TIE Interceptor, and even then, it could outturn you, but it could not outrun you. Yeah, my favorite Star Wars fighter was always the A-wing. Could you imagine this? Imagine this, another Star Trek movie, or not Star Trek, Star Wars movie, and it's just the Jedi running around trying to find Emperor Palpatine's bastards and to take him out. So there's no more Palpatines. I was just thinking about that. I was like, man, what would that mean for the entire Star Wars universe if Palpatine was just, taking as many alien women as he could throughout the entire, like every time we didn't see him on the screen. I was just thinking about that. I was like, man, he would go. That's a Genghis Khan level of legacy in space. Start by taking out Rey. Hey, that is, yeah, she's suspect number one. Yeah, suspect number one. Only if I was to write that movie, the heroes would not be Jedi. They would be gray Jedi. Siren tech still seems more advanced than Star Wars. It does. It seems like at least on the same level. That would be if don't let me get a hold of the Star Wars franchise, because that's the movie I'm gonna write. It's gonna be a bunch of gray Jedi teaming up to be like, look, Palpatine, he had all these kids. We cannot let a single one of them live. We got to form up our own Avengers team. And you know what? I would like to have one of those guys in that group be a Sith with Darth Maul's lightsaber. Like it could be like a descendant of Darth Maul. Maybe Darth Maul had like his own kind of adult experiences. So the son of Darth Maul, and he would be the leader. Teamed up with 4 gray Jedi, just going around being the most anti-hero, badass mofos you ever seen. Don't let me get a hold of Star Wars. I'll rock your world. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Finally, no lags, Lamau. Yes. Okay, so XV, I got this new laptop, and it works like a dream. And I am so glad I can play Azur Lane without lagging. Because I found out what the problem was. Because I had my Dell G7. I added, like, all kinds of RAM to it. And what it turns out was the GPU in that thing just could not multitask. So it couldn't do all the... it could not do the task of streaming, playing Azur Lane in a mobile app, and then trying to send audio and visual all at the same time, because that's multitasking. Streaming is definitely multitasking, but that was just my Dell G7 was like strained to its last megabyte trying to do that. I actually feel bad for that laptop now because I know what I put it through. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. Why are sirens using naval warfare again? Seems kind of silly to me. You know what? Okay, so I understand that too. And you know what also kind of reminds me of is that movie. What was that movie? I think the movie was just called Battleships. And it's where like the old, they get an old Iowa class to fight aliens that fight using naval ships. Battleships is stupid. Yeah, because I was sitting there watching like, okay, for one thing, if aliens came down to planet Earth, I doubt this is the equipment they would use to try and fight us. They would not use a battleship. They would be actually, you know what? If you were an alien, you wouldn't even need to use a ship. If you've mastered light space travel, you could just grab a rock from deep space and lob it at Earth. Yeah, just grab an asteroid, just throw it at planet Earth, and planet Earth ain't got nothing that could stop that if you throw it fast enough. It's like, to me, this seems, unless you wanted the planet intact, which is a whole other matter entirely. But even if aliens came to planet Earth and they wanted the planet intact, um, there is no way that you could master light speed travel and not master microbiology. So they could just drop a like a super virus on the planet that only targets humans, and it would kill every human on the planet. And that would be the end of that. Like, that's how aliens would really fight if they came across planet Earth. They wouldn't be doing Independence Day and all that, flying around in spaceships, with space fighters trying to dogfight us. No, they'd be like, I'm just gonna microbiology all these people to death. Push of a button. One meteorite has like this virus, and the meteorite lands on Earth and spreads the virus. There'd be nothing humanity could do. It would be over. It would be over before it even began. Hmm. You got this, Eagle Union Fleet. You got this. Oh boy. Yeah, this is gonna be close. If it... Oh man. Oh my goodness. Wow. 0 seconds left. Just barely made it. Go Eagle Union Fleet. And of course, New Jersey. Wait, who did the most damage here to that? New Jersey, of course. And then Independence. And yeah, Anchorage and Columbia were almost on par. Huh. Not a bad mix-up. I love my Eagle Union Fleet. Oh wait, there was man, I didn't get that little reward there. Okay, never mind. Don't worry about it. See, one destroyer was able to take out most of their fleet. Oh, you mean in battleships? Yeah, Battleship was okay. That movie was dumb. I was watching this movie. I was like, I don't know who made this, but yeah, could not stand that movie. Like, if you actually know anything about how ships work and all that, and how the possibility of the real possibility of what alien invasion, what is this? An alien invasion would look like. That movie, it almost feels like it made you dumber by watching it. Almost. Not quite. Okay, wait, which one is that? Ah, it's over there. Okay, never mind. I have to work my way over there. Blast. All right. I guess that's what we're doing. Wish I could have 4 fleets in Operation Siren. Oh, you can't have 4 fleets? Is it that you don't have like some ships leveled up enough? Hmm. I like this loading screen, by the way. Maybe that's just because I like a gear. Hmm. Oh, I just thought about this. You know another ship from sci-fi I would love to see turned into an anime girl? Firefly. I would love to see the Firefly turned into an anime girl, or Battlestar Galactica. Those two would be nice. That reminds me. Okay, wait. I just remembered I have to eat something before I go. Damn, okay. Hmm. Okay. I would say, seeing as how this was the first test of my laptop streaming Azure Lane, I would call this a highly successful test. Of course, I think OBS lost connection twice, but it immediately reconnected. So, both times. So, small hiccups. That's to be expected in any kind of test. Overall, though, I would say this is a very successful stream. And yeah, I look forward to trying to do Aether Gazer and Honkai Star Rail at least once when I'm playing this. I've not done either of those. So games I will stream in the future: Aether Gazer and Honkai Star Rail, and obviously, as always, War Thunder. Oh, and by the way, um, I would just like to ask anyone. Oh wait, Chapter 2-1 never progressed, so I stuck in first area with only 2 fleets. Oh, so you're like new. You're super new in that case. Hmm. Okay. Okay, I don't know what kind of ships you have, but if you're like that early in the game, be sure to get Portland Retrofit and Nelson. And Retrofit Nelson. Because at that early stage in the game, um, those two ships, I would say, would be incredibly good to have. Oh, and if you could get a Cleveland, any Cleveland, really, that is also a very good ship to have. Okay, I just realized whenever I rock side to side, I can see myself move in the video. Okay, I should probably avoid that. This chair is comfortable, though. It's a nice, solid office chair. Hmm. Archipelago of the Blue Steel already have their versions of sirens. Uh, to me, the first ones to technically have sirens were Can Coal. Because, I mean, I forget what they called them in Can Coal. They're meant to represent the U.S. when Japan is fighting the U.S., but those are clearly sirens. Yeah, someone made a joke that sirens in Azure Lane were Can Coal rejects. And I'm like, that sounds very appropriate. Saying no, been playing for a long time. Oh, okay. Yeah, someone was joking that sirens in Azure Lane were the rejects of Can Coal's arbiters. And I could not help but snicker at that idea. Can Coal is Abbey Souls. That's what they're called, not arbiters. Abbey Souls. Okay, so I had a very brief disconnection there also, and then a reconnection instantaneously. So now it looks like I have had 3 very brief disconnects and reconnects. Not too bad of a stream. If anything was the fault of disconnecting, it might have been my router. Oh. Anyway, I believe I must end the stream here because there's something else I have to go do. So this has been fun. Oh wait, Operation Siren designs are fire. Yeah. Just been running OpSci for meta purposes. Hmm. Okay. Well, just going to set up these commissions before I go. Let me see. Take that one, and that one. Okay. So I must go now, actually. Oh, Rightus. You just got here right as I was about to leave. But yeah, I have a new gaming setup. I have a new laptop, and now I can actually stream in decent quality. But yeah, I'm about to go because there's something else I have to do. But I had a damn good time testing out this laptop stream. All right, testing out this laptop while streaming, and it is a beast. Absolute beast of a laptop. Totally worth it. See, Midoshi says, have a good one, man. Yeah, have a good one, guys. I'll be peacing out now. This has been fun. I look forward to streaming for you guys again sometime soon.